Hello and welcome. My name is Irene. I am a workforce outreach specialist with Workforce Solutions. The Texas Reality Check is brought to you by the Labor, Market, and Career Information Department of the Texas Workforce Commission. This calculator tool is a more condensed version of the guided lifestyle tour. Today I will be covering the Quick View calculator tool found here on the Texas Reality Check website. The intent of this tutorial is to guide you through the Quick View calculator to help you better navigate and understand the tool for faster and easier results. A few perks to using this feature is that it allows the navigator to skip the guided tour and quickly tally up expenses to find out what kind of income you'll need. This tool also helps individuals determine minimum salary needs more quickly than going through the entire walkthrough found here. The results will indicate a ballpark relationship between your expenses and the income you'll need to support your dream lifestyle. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and get started with the Quick View calculator. If you can please click on the Get Started banner found at the lower left-hand corner of your Texas Reality Check homepage. Once you do this, this is going to take you to the location page. Here, you'll be able to select and plan where you would like to live after you graduate from college and are now working in your career of choice. The cities are categorized in alphabetical order. So keep in mind that the cost of living can vary based on the location that you live in. For this tutorial, we will select McAllen, Texas, as an example. After clicking on the city of your choice, you will then be navigated to the expenses checklist. As you can see, this expense checklist is for McAllen, Texas. So let's take some time to review the different expense categories and select the anticipated expenses. The categories listed in this checklist are compiled into 12 different categories, which include housing, utilities, food, transportation, clothing, healthcare, personal care, entertainment, miscellaneous, student loan debt, family, and savings. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will create an example scenario. So let's get started with the first option, housing. As a side note, I'd like to mention that a huge part of being an adult is paying for your own living space. You can decide how much money you would like to spend each month. Also keep in mind that the monthly apartment rental rates are fair market rents, and these are determined by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD. House prices are determined by a review of the current median sales price for each area. The monthly house payment assumes that the buyer obtained a 30-year mortgage with the current interest rates and a 20% down payment. So listed in this option are live at home for $0, studio apartment for $528, one-bedroom apartment for $561, house for $682, and a two-bedroom apartment for $729. For the purpose of this example, click on the one-bedroom apartment option. Once you have selected this option, let's move on to the next. Utilities. After you have a place to live, now it's time to get the lights turned on, the water running, and the internet hooked up. So let's decide which utilities you will need. For this particular example, let's go ahead and click on all of the expenses: electricity, cable, water and gas, mobile phone, and internet. Now moving on to the food option. So another part of being an adult is buying your own food. You can choose to cook at home, grab fast food, eat at a restaurant, or a combination of the two. So let's review the options and select the options that you would prefer. For this particular example, let's click on Eat at Home and Dine Out. So moving on, it's transportation. You have a place to live, you have food to eat. Now it's time to find out which type of transportation you'll need. So the options listed under transportation are human power for $0, public transportation for $60, used automobile for $543, basic auto for $733, average auto for $808, luxury auto for $1,310. And so for this particular example, let's go ahead and click on luxury auto. Next, that brings us to clothing. So we need to pick an attire. Here you can decide what type of budget you will be allocating for your clothing options. Listed here are basics, $25, accessories for $50, work clothing for $100, shop till you drop for $200. Let's go ahead and select all four options. So next on the list is healthcare. It's important to have adequate healthcare coverage in case you get sick, and also for preventative healthcare needs. In this section, you will select the option that you feel works best for you. But for this particular scenario, we're going to pre-select employer health insurance. Also listed are basic individual health insurance for $140, premium individual health insurance for $180, and of course you have the option of added care, and that would be vision for $25 and dental for $25. For this particular scenario, we're not going to choose or select either one of those, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next option. Personal care. Personal care covers a little bit of everything. It can cover basic personal care needs to luxury spa treatments. For personal care, you have 5 options. You have basics for $50, health and fitness for $100, professional services for $125, extras for $175, luxuries for $200. Let's go ahead and select basics. So once we have completed that, we're moving on to entertainment. In this category, you can decide how much you would like to budget for entertainment. The options are based on how you prefer your lifestyle and the type of budget you want to set. So the options include Home Bundle for $25, Fun Bundle for $50, Adventure Bundle for $75, Amusement Bundle for $100, and Party Bundle for $125. We're going to select the Fun Bundle for this example. Moving on, next category, miscellaneous. So in life, we sometimes incur other miscellaneous expenses. These expenses can range from unexpected pet care bills to furniture and healthcare appliances. Here, you have the option to decide how much you will be budgeting for these types of miscellaneous expenses. The options include $50 for other items, pet care for $100, vacation for $150, new electronics for $200, and furniture and appliances for $250. Let's go ahead and select new electronics for $200. Once we have done that, we're going to move on to student loan debt. So depending on where you would like to go to college, you might have student loan debts to pay off. And in some cases, you will receive full financial assistance and may not have debts to pay. One thing to also remember is that this expense is determined by the average amount of debt incurred to obtain each degree. It does not reflect the total cost of the degree. So let's review the categories listed. Debt-free, $0. Certificate, with either public, a private, or a for-profit institution, at $85, private $86, for-profit $108, associate degree, public $70, private $120, and for-profit $137. Next, bachelor's degree, public $186, private institution $235, for-profit $291. Master's degree, public $441, private institution $494. Next we have professional degree, public for $589, private for $625. So we're going to go ahead and select bachelor's degree from a private institution for $235. Moving on is family. So for those of you that plan to have a family, you will have expenses that come with that obligation. The cost of having a family depends on the number of children in your family. Let's review the options. I do not plan on having any children for $0. I plan on having one child, $1,348. I plan on having two children for $2,162. And I plan on having 3 or more children for $2,518. For this scenario, let's go ahead and select I do not plan on having any children. So the next category is savings. An important tip about savings is that saving money is important because it helps protect you in the event of a financial emergency. Also, saving money can help you pay for a large purchase. It can also help you avoid debt, reduce your financial stress, and even provide you with a greater sense of financial freedom. So let's review the options. You have no savings at all, saving 2% of your income, saving 5% of your income, saving 7% of your income, or saving 10% of your income. Again, for this example, I'm going to select no savings. So once we have completed this step, we're going to go ahead and move on by clicking on the green button found here at the bottom that says Next, and then we're going to go into the next screen to view our totals. Okay, so now that we have gone through the entire list of categories and selected all of the options, next we need to click on the View Your Totals button found here. So here you will get a report which the tool has already generated for you. This report includes your monthly expenses, and it helps you figure out the annual cost. It's also added the amount that you'll need to pay in income taxes each year. as you can see here. So as you can see, life in McAllen will require a minimum salary with this type of lifestyle of $57,150. Now that you know how much you're going to need to spend each year, it's time to find an occupation that will pay you enough money to cover those expenses. Let's move forward. We can do that by clicking on the Explore Occupations tab. Now that we've had an opportunity to explore the total expenses, let's get started by clicking on the Explore Occupations button found here. That's going to take you to the Careers tab. Now that you know how much you're going to spend each year, it's time to find an occupation that will pay you enough money to cover those expenses. The results below only include occupations that meet your minimum salary, found here. For this particular list, if you scroll down here, you can see that there's 50 different pages of lists of occupations. You can select to see the various different pages by clicking on the Page tab here. Here at the top, you're going to see various different methods for filtering. You can click here on the Filter by Education Level and select one of the options from the drop-down menu. You can also filter by occupational cluster and select one of these particular occupational clusters. Additionally, if you have a specific career title in mind, you can type it in here. If you have found that after browsing this list, you still do not find the particular career that you're looking for, it might be that you may have to modify your lifestyle options or simply choose a different career. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to click on one of these career titles. I'm going to choose veterinarian for this particular example. That's going to take you to the occupation profile. The occupation profile lists occupation title, occupation code, average wage for Texas, the annual salary and the hourly wage, a brief job description, a method of entry, endorsements, a video that you can view by clicking here, and it also provides labor market information. For the particular city that I chose was McAllen, and you will find that information listed here. Also, labor market information for Texas and the nation. For more detailed information, you can click on this particular link here, and that will give you a more in-depth look of the occupation that you've chosen. For us was veterinarian. Additionally, you can also click on the Work in Texas link here to see current openings for the career of your choice for Texas. So take some time to review this information. You might also want to review this information with a parent or a career counselor. And this will help you begin planning for your future. If you would like more information regarding this video, you can email getempowered at workforcesolutions.org. Thanks again for watching.